More than 1 in 5 Americans suffers directly or indirectly from the disease of addiction, and the impact is felt in every sector of every community. Fortunately, lives are saved each day through addiction treatment services and the support for those in recovery by friends, families, co-workers, and entire communities. People in recovery and those who serve them is the focus of National Alcohol and Drug Addiction Recovery Month. Each day, millions of people in long-term recovery support each other and prove that recovery is working for millions of Americans who have reclaimed their lives. This is the very spirit and nature of Recovery Month. The efforts of thousands of individuals throughout the country yielded more than 800 events nationwide, supporting the 2008 Recovery Month theme of Join the Voices for Recovery, Real People, Real Recovery. Recovery Month promotes the benefits of alcohol and drug use disorder treatment for individuals, their families, and their communities. It recognizes the contributions of treatment providers and promotes the message that recovery from alcohol and drug use disorders in all its forms is possible.
Today, we urge every person in this country to pause and reflect on the great gift of recovery and to thank the thousands of committed workers, counselors, healthcare providers, physicians, social workers, EAP specialists, peer support, and others who toil daily to bring healing to the millions affected by the disease of addiction. The beneficiaries of recovery are not just the individual who has the substance abuse problem, but it's the family, as was pointed out, and the community.
An estimated 23.2 million persons need treatment for illicit drug and alcohol use in 2007. Of these, only 2.4 million received treatment at a specialty facility. Of the remaining 20.8 million persons who were classified as needing substance use treatment but not receiving treatment, almost 94% did not feel they needed treatment. 94%. 19.5 million people abuse substances in this country and don't think they need care. That's something that we absolutely need to change if we're going to affect that particular statistic.
My message today is not to inform you about the devastation of addiction. I'm here to tell you that there are sons, daughters, fathers, and friends who today know the reality of recovery from this disease. I'm here to tell you that people all over the world are finding lasting recovery. People are finding hope for a life beyond the guilt and shame of their past. I'm here to advocate for more opportunities for people to get well, as I have, and to thank the fine treatment providers who work in the trenches every day to take people like me, people without hope for a change, and they recharge that spark, that human will to survive. They helped me get back my dream.
Not only does the individual have to come forward and help with their treatment, but this disease in particular requires the people around the individual to support them in facing the disease and to support them in the path to recovery. We will take, of the 23 million who are now suffering from alcoholism and drug dependence, and make them a mainstream part of society in recovery when more of us reach out our hands. And I want to thank those of you every day who help not only to get individuals into recovery, but to more importantly, get more hands and hearts educated about what they need to do to help be a part of saving and bringing back those who too many have misguidedly given up on. We can do this. You do this every day. We need to redouble our efforts. This survey shows what you're doing is saving lives, and I came here to say thank you.
Throughout all of this year, both NACOA and the Entertainment Industry Council have been celebrating 25 years of passionate dedication to bringing effective attention to the pain, sadness, and enormous losses suffered by addicted persons and their family members. We also have been celebrating at the same time the hope and the healing that we and the many of our colleague organizations in the prevention, treatment, and recovery support fields represented here today bring to so many hurting individuals and their family members.
By collaboration that takes place within the recovery community, our joint planning and our individual outreach to the public is amplified. This is a media-oriented voice that we have, and we are making it be heard, and we must continue to make it be heard to further inspire the seeking of treatment and the commitment to recovery. We're also here to acknowledge the persistence and dedication for encouraging people to seek treatment and get onto the path of recovery. We're here to make news today on behalf of the 22.6 million people in the U.S. who suffer from substance use disorders. And that news is a message of hope and confidence in treatment and recovery.
The thing that is so exciting about the family concept, it's very interesting in sitting listening. There have been 3 different statistics used as far as how many alcoholics there are in the country. I've always used the figure 20 million. Either side of that is okay. But if you figure an average family of 4, you're talking about 100 million people in the United States of America are affected by alcoholic behavior.
I applaud and thank the volunteers who have worked hard to promote National Alcohol and Drug Recovery Month. A month is a celebration. A month amplifies our dedication to assisting our loved ones, our neighbors, and our friends recover. But we all know that it takes 12 months of each year to work hard and to promote our dedication to people who are in need.
People trapped by drug or alcohol addiction often feel like there's no hope, no way out. But for every lock, there's a key. And if you have a problem, it's good to know there are real solutions to help you get free. For drug or alcohol treatment referral for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
People who suffer from drug or alcohol addiction sometimes say hurtful things. They drive the people who love them most away. If you know someone who suffers from drug or alcohol addiction, listen. Try to hear what they are really saying. Know that there is hope and help them find their voice again. For drug or alcohol treatment referral for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
What I can tell you about the power of recovery is that recovery means being released from those things that have had you bound for such a long time. So recovery means being released.
I want to talk about the power of recovery. Also, for me, the purpose of recovery, being that I'm a long person in long-term recovery, over 23 years of recovery through the Lord Jesus Christ. And I feel for me it's a release of bondage. It's also a release to give back.
To me, the power of recovery is all about coming to terms with life, living life on life's terms, and basically staying really focused on what's really important to you outside of yourself. Because as an addict, everything was a very selfish, self-absorbed lifestyle. And now, to me, the most important things are my children, my family, my community. And to me, that's the most powerful thing I have received as a result of my recovery.
This is a very, very special day and a special month. Recovery is something that's very important to everyone, especially adolescents and adults, and to families. I've worked in all levels of care, inpatient, outpatient, and recovery works if you work it. And I've seen a lot of people over the years, whether it be their first time in treatment, second time, third time, get recovery, and this is extremely important.